So today we are gonna look at the skill of how to present your business opportunity, how to present your business opportunity. So you found a prospect, you've invited them to come and meet you, to listen to the opportunity. Number 3, how do you make that presentation? So we're gonna look at some skills or some things you need to bear in mind. We're not saying they're all perfect, it is just a suggestion. And of course, you can be able to adjust it to what is comfortable to you. But what we're looking at today are just some tips, strategies that you can use to make your presentation better. So I'm gonna be assisted by someone who you're gonna meet. But for now, let's just get straight on to how to present your business opportunity. Okay. Point number 1 that I wanted to share is always learn to use third-party tools. So you have met with a person and they are ready to listen to whatever you invited them to listen to. Where do you start, or what do you do? It is always good to use third-party tools. Okay. After giving them a brief of the business, go ahead and use a tool like a short video clip. A short video clip, okay? It could be even you don't meet the person physically, maybe they're in another country, you can't meet physically, but when they're ready to listen to what you have to tell them, begin with a short video clip. And we have several of them. I think we have about 3, 4, or 5 video clips that we normally post in the WhatsApp groups. I hope you normally save them. And if you can, in a special folder, show them the video clip. Like there's one I really like, where one of us speaks about how she left the corporate world to do virtual AVS. There's another short video clip where one of us speaks of how during COVID, she lost her job and she got into virtual AVS. Okay, those are short video clips, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, that someone can actually listen to, and they actually put their antennas up. Okay, they want to hear more. Another third-party tool that you can use is a PDF document that we normally use for presentations. The PDF document is not a secret. It's not only for the presenters. The PDF document can be shared by anybody in the business. Okay, actually, if you don't have it, just ask for it. So after telling the person, probably sharing the video clip, and the person wants to know more, the next thing you can do is just give them the video clip to listen to. I mean, the PDF document, to have a look and see, the overall foundation of the business. Okay, the PDF document normally has a lot of credibility because it comes from the company, and it's from there they can have a basis to ask any other question. Another third-party tool that I really like is screenshots. Screenshots. You see, when you're telling them we are paid on the 15th of every month, you can take a screenshot of your passive income, and then send it to them. I remember I did that last week to somebody, and she was like, wow. I told her, yeah, we are paid on 15th. I was paid on Monday, 16th of May. I sent her the screenshot, and I normally like sending the screenshot of the first passive income I ever got, because I normally document them, and up to the current. See, a screenshot is a third-party tool. Or even you show them a screenshot of your airtime commissions, of your license commission. That is a third-party tool. Okay, don't just depend on presentations, the traditional presentations. There's some tools that you can use to get someone into the business. Another screenshot you can use is a withdrawal. By the way, when you withdraw your money, don't just withdraw and that is the end. Withdraw and take a screenshot of the withdrawal, either the bank account, the bank withdrawal, the cryptocurrency withdrawal, or the M-Pesa or the mobile money withdrawal. Take a screenshot, of that. So those are tools that you can use to get someone into the business. Another third-party tool you can use is a pre-recorded Zoom. Pre-recorded Zoom. Tell them, you know what, here's a Zoom, or here's a presentation you can follow on YouTube. and you send it to them. And by the way, if some of you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, Virtual AVS Wealth Club TV, you're really missing out a lot, because we normally put up recent videos. So it's good to have the most recent video, yeah? So a pre-recorded Zoom is another form of business presentation. Remember, the topic we're looking at today is how to present your business, okay? Now, remember these tools, by the way, we're not saying you share them all at once. Sometimes you can, if you send them all at once, you'll actually be, what is it called? You'll be filling up the person's inbox. They may not be interested, like even you, if someone sends you too many things at once, 7 or 8 forwards, or so sometimes it can become quite much. So I normally recommend that these particular tools, you send them not too many at one time. Don't send all the videos we have plus the PDF document all at once. Send them at different, it's called exposure intervals. Exposure intervals. Remember we said to get someone into the business, sometimes you need to expose that person over a long period of time. So you can send them, you can do it maybe every one or maybe every day you send a different thing to the person. Tell them, oh, by the way, let me show you a screenshot of the passive income. Just have a look at it. Yeah. Tomorrow this evening or tomorrow I'm gonna send you a pre-recorded Zoom. Let them first consume what you sent them. You understand? So you send these tools at different exposure intervals. Number 2, how else do you present your business? Use success stories. Use success stories. It is said, facts tell, but stories sell. Okay? Use success stories and testimonials. We do have a YouTube video that we have put up on our channel, and that's why I'm saying it's always good to subscribe. It's good to subscribe to the channel, yeah, where we have testimonies from different people in different parts of Africa. That's a great tool to share with your prospects, because it has people from different countries talking about virtual AVS. Yeah, it shows the spread of virtual AVS in the continent of Africa. So use success stories. Tell about your leader, a leader in virtual AVS who began this business 2 years ago. They've been 2 years in the business. Yeah. When you talk about long periods of time, the business normally has more credibility. Because some people get into scams and so on. Scams normally last 6 months. If it goes quite a long time, it only goes to 1 year. You never find a fake business lasting for 2 years. Tell them virtual AVS has been around for 2 years. There's a leader who has been around virtual AVS for the last 2 years. Yeah, for the last 1 year. In fact, here's a video clip where they are talking about the business. Okay. Use success stories, like, for example, I've been in this business for 1 month. In 1 month, I've earned from all my airtime purchase. Someone be like, what? Really? Because you yourself, you're a success story. Yeah. Or you tell them, I have people in my team. I have 3 people in my team. When those 3 people buy airtime, I normally earn. In fact, let me show you. Use success stories. Use testimonials. Yeah. Something that has happened to you that you're really happy about. And you tell them, I earn from these 3 people. I'm really working hard to make sure my team has about 10,000 people, by this time next year. So tell them, you see this screen you're seeing here, these commissions you're seeing here, you can imagine the day I'll have 10,000 people. I want you to come on this journey with me. You see, you're showing them some form of success on your app, even if you joined the business last week. That was number 2 of how to present your business. Number 3, how to present your business. Present by demonstration. I call it presentation by demonstration. Yeah. Tell them, this is how the app pays me. You tell them, in fact, just download the app. Let me show you something. Yeah. And they'll download it. Yeah. because you'll pause. When you pause, they know it is time for them to do what you're telling them to do. So you tell them download the app. If they tell you, I don't have data, you tell them don't worry. You just log off your app and then you register them. Yeah. But that's why I normally say when you're going to make a presentation, make sure you have data. You know why? Because the person will tell you that if someone tells you they don't have data, don't reach a dead end. You have data, yeah, and you can log off from your app and register them from your app, right? Yeah. I normally recommend instead of registering them from inside your app, just log off and then press register so they can see how it is done, how it will be done from their end. So register them, yeah, register them, and then of course they'll be sent the OTP. If you can, log off your Gmail, log on into their Gmail, yeah, and then get the OTP. Take them till the end, then make sure they have the app, yeah, and then tell them, you know what, just buy some airtime using the app. So they buy airtime. They buy airtime float, and remember you can buy as little as 0.1 of a dollar. In case you don't know, yeah, 0.1 of a dollar will do. Yeah, that's 10 Kenya shillings. When they buy that, the float, show them on your phone. You see, I have earned commission. And you tell them the important thing I'm showing you is not that I've earned commissions, because some of them will be like, okay, so whatever I do, you will be making money. So quickly you tell them that the fact that I've earned the money is not the point here. The point here is you can actually create an empire of airtime users that every time they load airtime from whichever country, yeah, in Africa, in Asia, in the US, in the Caribbean, you're gonna be earning money, yeah. And this is a great inheritance. This is a great way to get time and financial freedom. So you see, you have demonstrated, you've presented by demonstration. You didn't need to take them through a virtual AVS presentation. You just showed them an aspect of the app that is actually working, yeah. Or do what I did once with somebody. Once they downloaded the app and they told me, I don't have any money on my M-Pesa. I told them, don't worry. I'm gonna send you what you call AVS dollars. So I sent the person AVS dollars, and they're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. You can actually send me money from your account to mine. I was like, yeah. So I sent him AVS dollars, and I told him, okay, buy some float. And he bought float, and I told him, you see, the money has come to me because we are interconnected. And the person was really, really impressed. So do things like those. Presentation by demonstration. Okay. Now, number 4, how else can you do the presentation? When using the PDF presentation, as I've said, everybody should actually master that PDF presentation. The PDF presentation is not just for trainers, the presenters. It is for all of us. Make sure you have it on your phone. Make sure you actually know, when you go through the slides, you can be able to explain 1 or 2 things yourself. Yeah, practice by yourself, present to yourself. Yeah, or they normally say present to somebody else also. Your cat your cat at home, tell your cat, sit there, let me present to you. Go through the presentation, yeah, so that the day you're presenting to somebody using the PDF, yeah, because someone can tell you, hey, come to my office, by the way, you can use my laptop to tell me about this business. So you use the presentation. You don't start running around wondering, oh God, where do I get one of these presenters to do it for me? You yourself, you have mastered the presentation, okay? Now, as far as the presentation is concerned, the PDF, speak more about the benefits of the business. Okay, speak about the features of the app. Yeah, you can be able to buy float. You can be able to withdraw using M-Pesa, using the bank. You can be, all those features. Yeah, someone buys airtime elsewhere, you make money, and so on. Those are called features of the app. But you know what? In your presentation, emphasize more of the benefits of the app. What do I mean by the benefits of the app? The benefits of the app is the is the end game of the app. The end game of the app is not just you to buy airtime and get paid. The end game of the app is not just for your friend to buy airtime and you get paid. The end game of the app is financial freedom. That's the end game. Yeah. The end game of the app is to make you start making an income passively. So you tell your friend, you know what? I've done this presentation to you. Yeah. You see this compensation table. Yeah. Of course, you go through the compensation table. Yeah. You tell them, you see this compensation table, more than just the money that you make, the important thing is how you make that money. You make that money passively. You make that money passively. Meaning, even if you decide, you know what, I'm tired, now I want to rest, I just want to spend time with my children, or I want to travel, or I just want to be sleeping the whole day, or I want to be watching movies the whole day. You tell them, you don't have to talk to people entirely throughout, yeah? You can only do it for some time, maybe for 1 year, 2 years. After that, you know what? You can just relax because the money will now come in passively. The reason I'm saying this, yeah, it's because there's some people who have big businesses. There's some people who are employed in companies or in institutions that pay them a lot of money. Such people, it is not money they lack. Yeah, and let me tell you this, virtual AVS is not for people without money. Actually, virtual AVS is for people who have money, who want to make more money. Okay, so most of these people who are generating a lot of money from their businesses and from their jobs, many of them make this money actively, and they're not even aware of the dangers of making money just actively. It's a lot, yes, but they're not aware of making that money actively. They don't know there's an income called passive income. I definitely, many years ago, I never knew there's something called passive income. You see? So what you present is you present the fact that in virtual AVS, you make money passively. Passively, that's the important thing, okay? And use the examples you normally use. And that's why I normally say it's good to join Zooms, because the examples that trainers normally use. For example, personally, sometimes I like using the example of, our beloved Dr. Temu, who we lost in 2020, one of our AVS leaders. Some of you might know him. He died from COVID. He was a medical doctor, yeah. And Dr. Temu, up to today, his account is still growing. Yeah, I think last month I saw someone who joined his team. Dr. Temu is no longer there, but you know what? People are still growing his team, and his family is making money. You understand? Use that example with your friends now that you know it. Yeah, use that example with your friends. Yeah. So pick up. Talk about the benefits of the app. One thing I normally like telling people is if you think you're not living the kind of life you'd have thought you would have at this time, virtual AVS is what will take you there. If you go for family meetings and you find that your cousins are very wealthy, they come with big cars and so on, live in palatial homes, and you're wondering, oh God, what happened to me? Look at me with my simple life, yet I'm learned more than these people. It happens, yeah? You go for family meetings and you find people are so much ahead of you. You use that on somebody. Tell them, do you normally have such feelings around your family? Do you know virtual AVS can actually take you to the next level? You can actually, because of leveraging, you can actually surpass them. You use emotions. People get into things because of emotions. Tell them, you know what? If you feel your children are not going to the kind of schools you'd wish them to go to, virtual AVS can actually change things. Yeah. Look at the underlying advantages of the app. It's not just about buying airtime. It is a time and financial freedom. Okay, how it can change somebody's lifestyle. Many people want to know how easy it is to do the business. Tell the person only 3 people. I remember yesterday I was in church and I was telling somebody in our church, this business, you only need 3 people. He told me 3? I told him only 3. Of course, I know he'll bring more, yeah? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I thought I'd been unmuted. Yeah. So I told him 3. He told me, only 3. I told him, yes, you just need 3. And he was rather shocked. Okay. Of course, I know he'll bring more. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, people want to know exactly how. Thanks, Coach Paul, for that. Yeah. People can see me now. People can now know can know how easy it is to do the business. That's what people want to know. Okay. Good. Now I said I'm going to have help from somebody to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me invite my friend here. All right, so just give me 1 second. Okay, here is my buddy. So he's also talking about how to present the business using what I have told you, yeah, or what I have mentioned. Here he is, and some of you might know him. All right, so I hope the sound, let me see if the sound will be there. Okay, let me just do that again to ensure the sound. So listen carefully to what he has to say. Yeah, he's a great marketer, awesome marketer. Let's just listen to him.
Go ahead, sell me this pen. Today I'm going to teach you. Now, so many ways. Today I'm going to share with you 3 powerful secrets that you can use to sell anything to anyone. The very first secret, commodity. How do you sell noisy marketplace? Number 1, logic. People buy because of emotion and they justify it, and they justify with logic. I want you to think of something that you want to buy in your life. It could be a car, it could be a house, it could be anything. Just want you to picture that. Once you have that in your mind, I want you to ask yourself this question: why do you want to buy it? Why do you want to buy that particular item? Why do you want to own that item? Why is that? Maybe it's a new suit, it looks good on you. Maybe it's a new dress. Maybe it's a new car. Maybe it's a new house. Maybe it's a vacation. But why do you buy it? I want you to dig a little bit deeper. If you peel through the layers, I think you'll realize you're buying emotions. Maybe you buy the item because of greed. You want to make money or you want to save money. Or maybe it's because of generosity, that by buying this item is going to help other people. Have you noticed sometimes even there are companies out there, if you buy this particular product, they're going to donate a certain amount to charities? Maybe you buy because of generosity. Maybe because of shame, that if I don't buy this, I'll look foolish. If I don't own this, I'll look foolish. Or maybe it's fear, that if I don't buy this, I'm going to be missing out. I don't want to miss out. Maybe it's an escape. They go on the vacation, your 9-to-5 job is driving you fucking crazy, and you say, oh man, I need some time off. Maybe doing it buying because of escape. Whatever those reasons are, those are very often emotional reasons. So you buy because of emotion and you justify with logic. So think about when you're selling something to somebody. Are you just talking about features and benefits? What this thing would do for you? Or are you pushing those emotional hot buttons? I remember one time I was in Harry Rosen, which is a very well-known kind of menswear store, high-end in Vancouver. I walked into the store and I was walking by the Tom Ford section. And the salesman approached me and said, sir, is there anything I can help you with? I said, no, I'm just around. And he said, do me a favor. Put this suit on. Now, at the time, I never owned a Tom Ford suit. A lot of suit, but I don't own a Tom Ford suit. Do me a favor. Put this on. I said, all right. Put it on. How do you Okay. Also,
All right, sorry, I think my sound there is behaving funny. So I'll just play the tail end of that video as we get to the end. Yeah. But the thing is, you have seen what I was saying, that people buy out of emotions. Yeah, people buy out of emotions. They want to get rid of certain okay, some people want to buy to gain certain emotions. For example, some people want to succeed in businesses or to make money in order to have status and prestige. Okay. And so when you're making your presentation, you know your friends quite well. You can tell that friend of yours who likes to floss, who likes the good things in life and so on, and clearly they're not there. you know. So you can tell, you know, your friend who loves cars, yeah. So when you're making the presentation, you won't make it the same way you're gonna make the presentation to someone like a stay-home mom. You understand? Your friend who loves cars, who's probably a young person and so on, you're gonna tell them that this business is actually gonna enable them to buy the car of their dreams. You tell them, you see that BMW that's passing there, you see that V8 that's passing there, you can actually own that car using virtual AVS. You see, the stay-home mom or the you know, a parent, you can tell the parent, you know, that expensive school that you see people pay $10,000 every term, every 3 months. You know, you can take your child to that school with virtual AVS. You know, you're trying to whip an emotion of what they want to become, of what it will make them feel to succeed in virtual AVS. Yeah, that's number one. Number two is you want to to help them get rid of some emotions. You know, there are some people who probably they feel ashamed. They're not where they ought to have been. Like I told you, you know, someone can go for a family meeting and they feel, you know, they are being looked down upon because they don't seem to have the kind of money others have. You know, so people buy into things because they want to get rid of some emotions. Okay, some want to get some emotions, others want to get rid of some emotions. Either way, it is always good to present, to know your person, to know the person you're talking to, and to know how to present the business. So, as Dunlop was saying there, the whole aspect of emotions is very important. Okay, and you're gonna see at the end, he's going to be talking about something he bought himself. He bought out of emotion. Yeah, and it's very, very interesting. Good. So we are talking about how to present your business. I began by saying, number one, use third-party tools. Number two, use success stories and testimonials. Okay. Number three, presentation by demonstration. And now I've just said number four. Yeah. Use tell the bigger picture of the business, how it's going to change someone's lifestyle, how it's going to transform someone from active income to passive income, you know, so they become business owners. There's a Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant that I shared some time back. Know that quadrant very well. That quadrant is liberating. Yeah. And then I said also under number four, show the person how easy it is to do this business. For example, tell them you only need 3 people. You tell them, look at this table. When you look at this table, when you just you know, empower 3 people and everybody empowers 3 people, look, level 15, you're gonna have 21 million people. And someone will be like, what? 21 million people? You tell them, yeah. And you only know 3 people among those people. Yeah. So make them know this business is easy. I'm talking about how to do your presentation. Number five, how do you do your presentations effectively? Number five, answer 2 questions. People normally have 2 questions. The first question people normally have in their minds, even as you're talking, they want to know, can I do this? Can I do this business? And that is why we are saying, you tell them, yes, you can do it. By the way, you tell them, I'm just telling you to bring 3 people or to empower 3 people, only 3 people, and it's gonna change your entire lifestyle. Yeah. And you show them and you tell them, you know, that is what I'm working at right now myself. I have 2 people. Even show them your Salesforce. Look at my Salesforce. I have 2 people. I'm actually looking at getting one more person. Okay. Or you tell them, I've just got into the business. I have one person here, my friend. I'm working to get 2 more people. I want to change my lifestyle. Yeah. I want you to join me in this. You're going to walk this journey together. You know what you're doing? You're answering the question, can I do this? Okay. Show them that you don't need to have a whole crowd. Another question, you're still on number five. Yeah. Answering questions. Another question you can answer, or another question people have, even as you're talking, they are thinking to themselves, will I be helped? Will I be helped? Okay. That's what people want to know. Please just tell them, you know what? We have a team of, you know, we normally work together with a team. We have 7 WhatsApp groups. For those of you who don't know, we have about 7 WhatsApp groups. Tell them we have so many people in our community, in our virtual AVS community. We have leaders who are ready to help you do presentations, even when they don't know you. When you're looking for people who need to know about this business, you don't need to worry how you're going to tell them about the business. We have leaders who are ready to help you. I am ready to help you. Yeah, because that is one thing people always want to know. Will I get help? Okay. There's a lady who wrote in my inbox, and she told me, a lady I've been talking to since last year. She's always backing out of the business. Yeah. She always says, I'm coming. She doesn't come, and so on. Yeah. I think at a later training, we are going to talk about what was that concept? There's a concept, or I think Anastasia, you spoke about it last week, a concept called I can't remember the exact word, but it is, if someone keeps on backing in and out, you tell them something like, when you're ready, you can come, or this business may not be for you right now. When you tell them something like that, they normally wonder, oh my God, this person is not gonna be following up on me anymore. They feel a sense of loss. So this friend of mine has been doing that, going back and forth. Yeah. So today, what she told me now I'm ready to come into the business at the end of this month. And she told me I really need your help and your guidance. That's why I'm saying most people, they want to know, will they be helped? And your answer will be, we also have leaders who are ready to help you. And in fact, we normally do this business on social media. And guess what? We have a WhatsApp group where we normally have an article put every day. All you have to do is to take it, copy and paste it on social media. And that article, that activity has helped many of us to grow. So we tell them we have so many strategies we use to grow the business. You will not be by yourself. That alone is comforting to many people. Yeah. So that was my number 5. Answer those 2 questions. Can I do this, and will I get help? Number 6, we're still talking about how to do the presentation. Number 6 is invite them into the WhatsApp groups. Please don't talk to somebody and skip telling them we have a WhatsApp group. I want to add you there. Do you know what the WhatsApp group does? They meet people from the bigger virtual AVS community. They meet people who are talking the same thing you are telling them. That way they have more trust and credibility in the business. They'll come in and meet other people. Okay, so add them to the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is a great strategy to influence someone's decision. You know why? Because they're gonna come there and they find someone saying, oh, I'm trying to load my float. Even if someone is saying I'm trying to load my float and for some reason I cannot, and then someone comes and, or rather, if someone comes and says I'm trying to buy airtime and for some reason I cannot, then another one comes and says, oh, why don't you check the float? You have enough float. Then the person comes and says, oh, actually I didn't have enough float. Your friend who you just added to the WhatsApp group, they'll be like, oh, there are actually people who are in this business, and when they look at the number, they see, this is a Kenyan number, and maybe the person is in South Africa. Or they look and they're like, oh, this is a Ugandan number, and the person is your friend in Nairobi. So they'll be like, there are actually people in this business. You see, that is why it is so important to add your prospects to the WhatsApp group. It's another way of doing the presentation. Yeah. And by adding people to the WhatsApp group, you must get their consent. Please don't add someone without asking them and telling them what the WhatsApp group is all about. Tell them, I want you to meet a community of other people in virtual AVS. Is that okay by you? They'll most likely say yes. Okay. Now, number 7. Okay. So after you invite them to the WhatsApp group, invite them into a Zoom session. Very, very important. So that they can hear somebody else, a leader, talking about the business. Okay. And probably adding other things that you never quite told them. Okay. By the way, when you're doing a presentation to somebody, you don't need to tell them everything. Yeah, you don't need to tell them everything. For example, you can withdraw through cryptocurrency. You can let them hear those extra things when they come into the Zoom session. Okay. So number 7, how to make your business presentation. Get help from outside. Get help from outside means inviting them for Zoom. Ensure them or assure them that they can actually have a private Zoom if they want. You know, there's some people who like private things. Have you met someone who tells you, I don't want to join the Zoom where there's everyone? Okay, though I normally wonder what's the difference, eh? Tell them, don't worry, we can actually organize a private Zoom, and us as leaders, let us assure you that we can actually do a Zoom for you with your private person, privately. So let them know that they can have public or private Zooms. Also tell them, one of the support that you normally give is if they have a group of people in whichever country, we can be able to do a presentation for their group on their behalf. That is part of showing them that they can actually get help from the company. Okay. So my number 7 contribution is that invite your prospect into Zoom sessions. And by the way, as you're inviting them to the Zoom session, ask them if they have used Zoom before. Don't assume that they have used Zoom. Yeah, I did that blunder some time back. I told someone, here's a Zoom link and so on. So at the end, the next day I asked him, how come you didn't join the Zoom? He told me I didn't have the app. I didn't remember to ask them, do you have the Zoom app? Or to tell them there's an app that needs to be downloaded. Yeah. So when you're inviting them to Zoom, ask them, do you have the Zoom app? Do you know how to use Zoom? Okay, because let's not assume everybody does. Okay, all right. That is number 7. Number 8, which is my final point, we are talking about how to do business presentations. Number 8 is invite your friends, your prospects to a live event. What do I mean by a live event? An event where they are going to meet other people face to face. Okay, thank God COVID is a thing of the past, yeah? Invite them to a live event. A live event, it's like in Kenya, you can invite them to the franchise office, okay? Even if you're not yourself in Nairobi, you can actually link them up with one of the leaders and tell one of the leaders that my friend is coming, it's called this and this, it's coming at this time, okay? Just to make sure there's someone to receive them. So invite them to a live event. Next week, we are having a breakfast, okay? Invite them to the breakfast to come and see other people who are in the business. Do you know what inviting them to a live event does? It increases credibility. It actually gives the company, it makes the company credible in their eyes so that they can see it's not a briefcase company. There are many briefcase companies that are around, okay? They don't have an office, they don't have a place they meet. It's just done online. There are many online businesses that are done just online, okay? But if you bring them to a physical place where they actually meet leaders and people, it's gonna make your business grow faster. I remember one of us, I can't see her here, one of us brought someone for breakfast, the one we had on April 12th. The person immediately bought a license on that day. Do you know why they bought a license? They said that from the caliber of people I'm seeing here, this is an actual business. Such a person, they'd been done for the presentation. The presentation was not convincing enough. What convinced them is when they met other people, and they met men, ladies and gentlemen of should I say, of honor, of authority, people who seem like they have other things that they are doing, okay? And they said, the caliber of people here, I'm going to buy a license. And that was really interesting, actually, okay? So you're always encouraged to invite your prospects for live events as much as possible, all right? And the last point here is a guide on how to edify your leader or your upline. So for example, if you're organizing for a Zoom, a private Zoom, or you're organizing for a phone call, but then it's always good to say, you know what, let me call one of our leaders. They can actually tell you about the business. Yeah, when you're seated there together, you say, let's make this phone call, okay? Or when you're inviting them to the office for a one-on-one presentation, okay? Or if you're in another country, if you're meeting with your leader, okay, somewhere in a restaurant or something, with this prospect of yours, what you need to do is to edify that leader or to edify your upline. This is very, very important. What do I mean by edifying? Edifying means speaking very highly of them so that this person is very expectant to hear from this person. Don't just tell them, let me just come, you talk to somebody who is in the business. No, tell them, this person, let me tell you about this person, okay? And so I have a script here of what to tell them, okay? And if you want the script, you can ask it from me. And you can actually change the script in whichever way that you want. But the script reads like this. Well, as I had mentioned before, I'd love to introduce you to Sally, or to John. She has been in this business for about 1 year. And with this business, she has been able to supplement her full-time income big time and is now working towards finding total time and money freedom. She does this on a full-time basis. She has been doing she does this on a full-time basis, or you can say she has been doing the business part-time while working her full-time job, and she actually intends to transition to doing this business full-time. I told her about you earlier and she's excited to meet you. Yeah. So you say this person actually does this full-time. Do you know, okay, there are some of us who do this full-time, like myself, yeah? There are people who get surprised. They're like, you mean there are people who get, they get by in life, or they meet their expenses using virtual AVS alone. Yeah, the people who actually would get shocked at that. So that's what you say about your upline, about your leader. You say this person actually does this full time, and it's true. Many of us leaders do this full time. This person does this full time, or even if they are employed, you say this person, this upline of mine, they're actually doing this together with their full-time business, and they intend eventually to leave their jobs and concentrate on this. So you edify your leader, okay? Good. So those are what I wanted to share with you today, how to do your business presentation. If I might summarize, number one, I did say use third-party tools. Number two, I did say use success stories and testimonials, okay? There's that video of testimonies that we have, you can ask for it. Number three, presentation by demonstration. Number four, when using the PDF presentation or when talking about the business, talk more about the benefits and not just the features of the app. The end game, the story surrounding the app. It is to create financial freedom, is to create time freedom, is to transition you from active income to passive income, where the family benefits even when the person is not around. And give the example of the Temu, okay? You don't have to say his name, just say one of our leaders, okay? Tell people how easy it is to do the business. 3 people only. And look at this table, you can actually make $21 million on license commission alone with only your 3 people, okay? Number 5, answer the question, can I do this? Will I be helped? Okay, as you're doing the presentation to someone, these 2 questions should be at the back of your mind. Number 6, invite them into the WhatsApp group. Number 7, invite them for a Zoom and assure them they can also have a private Zoom if they want one. Okay. Number 8, invite them to live events where they meet people face to face and they get to hear from other people. Okay. So those are the 8 pointers I had of how to present your business. This is business skill number 3. Remember, we said skill number 1 is how to find prospects. Skill number 2 is how to invite them to listen to the business opportunity. Now that they come, number 3 is what I was teaching today. How do you present the business? Okay. And right now, I'd like to finish the talk by Dan Locke. I think my audio would be better now. Let me just, I think there's just some 3 minutes of that video. I really want to, so just listen to what he says about how he himself was convinced to buy something He didn't intend to buy because of emotion. Okay, so here is done lock.
I said, okay. It says, so duh, the exact same design as James Bond wears in Casino Royale. You know the scene when he was gambling? I said, fuck, it looks good, right? And before you know it, I bought the damn fucking tuxedo, right? And it's a lot of money, it costs a lot of money. And if you think about that, what am I buying? I'm buying emotions. What I'm buying is this. I'm buying when I wear this tuxedo, I mean, I feel good. As a James Bond fan, I feel like James Bond. Even logically, I know this, of course, it's not James Bond. I'm not James Bond. But emotionally, it takes me there. This is cool that I own, I wear the same tuxedo, the same fit, right? The same everything. And then he upsold me on the damn, like the shirt and the cuffling, the whole 9 yards, right? That's what I'm talking about. People buy because of emotions and they justify with logic. You have to understand that. Don't push your products, don't just push your services, don't push the features and benefits. Think about what are those emotional hot buttons that you're pushing. Number two, people don't buy their way into something, they buy their way out of something. It means people very often they're buying something because they have a problem they want solved. They want to buy their way out of that problem. People don't buy the drill, they want to hold on the wall. So what is it that you are helping them solve? That what problem? What is it? What is that thing? You have to understand. So I always say the amount of money that you make is in direct proportion to how deep you understand your marketplace's pain. The amount of money you make is in direct proportion of how deep you go, how much you understand your marketplace's pain. So you have to understand what it is, what are the pains that people have, and how can you help them relieve some of that pain. So think about that. Number three, people don't buy products and services, they buy stories. Because when there are so many choices out there in the marketplace, on the internet, any product that you want, there are hundreds and hundreds of choices. How do you stand out? How do you add emotions to a commodity, a pen? What's the difference between a $2 pen like this or an $800 Mont Blanc John F. Kennedy limited edition exclusive pen? $800 pen. It's the same pen. It has the same functions. Story. When you add story to an item, suddenly when you add the John F. Kennedy, the president's story attached to a brand, to a logo, it is 10 times more valuable. It is 100 times more valuable. It is 300 times more valuable, that particular pen. All because the story, it writes the same. A $2 pen you can write too. That's the difference. So think about what's the story? How can you inject stories into everything that you do? Maybe it's an origin story. How did you get started? Why do you do what you do? What about also stories of your customers? I just launched a new YouTube channel. You can click on the link below. I'll put a link below in the description. You can check it out. It's the Dan Lok Global Community on YouTube. It has nothing to do with the program that I teach. It has everything to do with stories. It's stories from my students, what they have learned, their background, their stories. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the program that I run. It has nothing to do with that but stories. It's other people's stories, other people's success stories. So where are you using stories in your marketing, in your business? How else can you use stories? Remember, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. So comment below, tell me, based on these 3 secrets, how will you sell me this pen? Go ahead, comment below, sell me this pen.
So I'll not add more to what he said. Stories, facts tell, stories sell, right? And that's a great place to end this particular training. As I did say, put your comment, they said, put your comment in the chat area or your question, and then I'll be able to look at it